We have Jan Nepomniachtchi and Fabiana Caruana here with us. The game finished in a draw, but it seems like they're more interested in the other game at this moment. We have another game on the board, on the screen. Nevertheless, coming back to today's game, Fabiana, was it a little bit annoying the choice of the opening of Jan today for you?
Партия между Ян Непомнящим и Фабиано Каруаной завершилась в ничью, но кажется, что им интересно больше другие партии, которые они сейчас разбирают на экране. Фабиана, скажите, выбор соперника дебюта вам был не очень удобен?
No, I thought Jan might have two approaches. One to get a complicated fight, and another to play a more or less safe position with some very minor chances that I mess this position up, but like 99% of the time this line will turn into a draw. Although players have had a lot of difficulties with black here. I remember Shock lost with black against Yu Yangyi, and I think there were some other games where black was struggling, but it is a very drawish line. I still managed...
Just 1 second.
Oh, sorry.
Translate, no problem.
У меня был выбор выбрать что-то очень-очень острое и сложное или сыграть более надежно, и я выбрал второе.
I still managed to get into some difficulties.
Very, very few.
Very minor, but some.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a dead draw, and I played a bit carelessly with Queen C5.
Yeah, I felt like here, if my pawn suddenly goes somewhere to A5, it's already not so, if black puts rook in a passive way, like rook A8, rook A6, at least, I have some space advantage, and I can, with queen on boards, I can, try to, combine some ideas of trading pair of rooks, and then again, but indeed it's a draw, and frankly speaking, it's even a draw with my pawn on F3, let's say, here. So with some correct play, black always can go for some rook endgame, yeah, but I guess, yeah, that queen C5 move suddenly it gave me a few chances, but I think, honestly, it was never enough to hope for something serious.
Черные в любом случае могут сделать здесь ничью после размена ферзей в ладейном окончании, только получилось в партии, и там у белых почти ничего нет.
Did you think about any game, with similar situation, like, for example, okay, not as a result, but a situation like Duda Ronyan, which was played in Norway recently, Norway chess?
Помните ли вы какие-нибудь партии, которые были с подобной ситуацией?
No, like, okay, the game was like pretty equal from the opening, but then it turned out.
Rook ending where but that was a more complicated game, I think.
I guess it was
with pawns on both sides.
It was very different, I guess.
Okay. At least the opening was for knights.
Да, у них был ладейный эшпиль, но он был намного более сложным, чем нашей партии.
No, I think the other games are more interesting than ours.
Just the least challenging game. The only moment is like here, I believe, rook EB1. So here, suddenly, I felt like rook E7, king G1. Rook C2, maybe rook E5 was sort of a try.
Yeah, so I'm wondering, can I play F6, or am I forced to play G6?
Yeah, F6, so if I take here,
king G6,
I retreat.
Rook D7.
Rook D7 and H4. I mean, still should be a draw. Like after rook G5, of course, both your rooks are on.
Yeah, rook D.
On second ring, but this might be already, I don't know, in some way.
But how rook G5 and king H7? I don't see.
Well, king H7, I just step back like rook G4.
Oh, actually, that's true. Yeah, that's true.
No, this is like. Even this, like, okay, let's say, frankly speaking, rook C7, and I don't want too much, like, and rook E4, rook G4 black, but this, okay, at least here is, like, black is already pawned down, and I might,
Might still be a forced draw, right?
Yeah, most likely, because, again, I mean, in general, okay, like, once your rook are active in these 4 rook endgames, it's not a big deal. Yeah, and here, okay, at some point I always wanted to play H4, but there's always rook C4.
Я считала где-то пойти H4, но здесь всегда есть ладья C4.
So it provokes me for G3, and here, well, frankly speaking, yeah, just rook C2, I don't see how can I make progress. So I just run with my king, but once I go too far, then there are always like mating ideas for black, and since my pawn is not promoting in one move, it's always, I guess, enough time to set up some drawish. Some coordinate rooks onto the second rank and make an easy draw. So, well, I was wondering if I can provoke for H4 and then maybe I win this pawn in some way, but I don't know. I couldn't really see a way.
Yeah. Okay, there was also information, Jan, that you actually reached now the number 3 in the live rating list. Does it bother you somehow during this tournament? Do you pay attention to this information?
Появилась информация, что вы, Ян, заняли 3-е место в мировом рейтинг-листе. Думаете ли вы о чем-то? Думаете ли вы об этом во время турнира?
Yeah, thank you for such news, but I guess I was like number 3 in live rating during this Russian super final at some point, so this is pleasant, but I don't think it's such a big deal.
Спасибо за эту новость, но я уже бывал 3-м в рейтинг-листе, и поэтому для меня ничего особенного.
Yeah, Fabiano said that actually you had 2 approaches to this game. Why did you make this choice to go for this kind of position with more or less no chances, big chances to win?
Фабиан сказал, что у тебя был выбор между 2 предложениями, более агрессивным и спокойным. Почему ты все-таки выбрал такое решение?
Well, one could call this tournament strategy, but in general, I expected Fabiano to play some Sicilian or something, some sharp lines.
Я ждал, что Фабиано будет играть сицилианскую защиту, какие-то острые линии.
And okay, this e4, e5 is very solid, and well, I mean, in general, if everyone is prepared well, so after e4, e5, we anyway, come to some equal positions. So, well, it's...
После 4 и 5 все очень хорошо готовы, и это всегда выходит в спокойной позиции.
And yeah, I had some minor idea here, but I guess I mixed it up a little, and I mean, okay, I don't think Black had any problems in this game. So besides maybe this endgame, which could become tricky, but also didn't.
Я не думаю, что здесь у белых были какие-то шансы.
Fabian, also question for you. I mean, now that we heard from Jan this about the opening strategy, could you try to do something else? Is it actually possible to play something with black which gives chances for real fight, let's say?
Well, if this was the last round, then I would... I mean, I did consider, of course, playing something a bit more double-edged than e4, e5. Not that, I mean, e4, e5 can lead to very double-edged positions anyway. It's... But, okay, it's still 3 rounds to go. I thought, why would I burn my bridges? I don't think that this was like a must-win or anything like that, you know.
Еще остается 3 тура, поэтому я не думаю, что мне нужно что-то предпринимать.
Вопросы, questions?
Ян, Фабиан, расскажите, как вы вчера провели вчерашний выходной день и как сегодня было у вас самочувствие, настроение после выходного дня? Больше сил?
Jan and Fabiano, how did you spend your yesterday day off, and how is your mood after that?
So I guess I answered in Russian, yeah? Ну, как я вчера спал, ел, готовился, вот, и все припер.
Yesterday I slept, prepared for my game and ate.
Yeah, we watched a movie. It was a horrible movie.
Я смотрел фильм, это был ужасный фильм.
Like 2 years ago, on the rest day, we watched a good movie, and this time it was a really bad movie, but I guess, what can you do?
В прошлый раз, в выходной день, я смотрел отличный фильм, но в этом году он был ужасный.
Have you watched it in the cinema or in your room?
No. Just
Смотрела в кино или...
in our rooms.
Нет, в своей комнате.
Actually, how do you care about these anti-COVID measures? I mean, do you use masks when we are not in the plane venue and press conferences hall? Or let's say, do you go to different restaurants or you prefer to stay in your room?
Well, as for me, I don't have enough time to go anywhere, so it's at least in my room I can feel free not to use my mask.
Well, of course, I adhere to the COVID regulations of the country. But yeah, we do go out sometimes for walks, and we went out to a restaurant a few times just to mix up a bit. But usually, I mean, you don't even have much time during these tournaments. Most of the time is spent playing chess or preparing. So.
Здесь я иногда выхожу на улицу, несколько раз ходил в рестораны, но на это не слишком много времени.
Fabiana, does it look a bit different compared to the country from where you came now from? And let's say these measures in Russia?
Фабиано, это выглядит по-другому, чем в стране, из которой ты приехал.
Well, every country's measures change like weekly, so I mean, I was in Spain before this. It was sort of relaxed, but in Spain it's also divided by regions. Each region has their own measures. And before that I was in the United States, which is pretty relaxed. But I also know there are countries that have extremely strict measures. And I experienced some of those also in the past year.
До этого я был в Испании и в Штатах, и во всех странах правила при пандемии меняется очень быстро.
Okay, thank you. Any questions? Please.
Question from both players. What are your predictions? How many points will secure the tournament victory here?
But why are you so impatient? Just wait for 3 more days or something. Yeah?
I don't know. Each year is different, so yeah, I can't really predict what it would be. I mean, I guess +3 would probably come down to a tiebreak situation, and my guess is as good as yours.
Have you had chance to check the other games today? I mean, what can you say about the situation on the boards now that you are checking a bit?
Был ли у вас шанс проверить, что в остальных партиях, что вы можете об этом сказать?
Which I'm checking it right now.
Я проверяю это сейчас.
It's very messy, I guess. So it's
Now we are
I guess
talking-
Sasha is
Yeah, it's
having some
партии
very
очень
nice
острые.
position, but I mean, it's optically white is like might be nearly winning by now. Yeah, like even all sort of ideas work, like rook h5, knight g3, I don't know, knight d5. So positionally, I would say like black in some big trouble.
yeah. It's a question if black can get queen f2.
No, maybe taking
здесь у
g5,
Грищука-
knight g3, knight f5. It's
У Грищука должно быть выиграно, у черных очень много проблем в этой
very
позиции.
nice, but
No, taking knight g3 is really critical. I guess black.
But what if I
Would
just go
hopefully-
I wonder what if I just go knight d5 here, like and then you just play queen f2,
Yeah.
then I mean h6 soon enough, yeah.
Knight d5 feels like it also weakens the king a bit. And I like this
can-
rook h5 knight g3 idea.
Yeah, rook h5 is critical.
Нам
but
нравится
let's-
идея пойти ладья h5 и конь g3.
But maybe black can play knight g3 d5.
Yeah, so that's
fast.
why I think about maybe knight d5 at some point is very smart, but
Может быть,
I mean,
черные
okay,
будут
it's
готовы пойти
of
d5.
course up to what happens in the next few moves, because I mean in general this is like very suspicious. Maybe even queen e1 works here, yeah, like some like
Здесь
prophylaxis.
может работать даже ферзь
Queen
e1 или
maybe-
какая-то профилактика.
d5, so I can take e d5, and okay, h6 is while queen is
Yeah,
on
that's
board,
good,
so
yeah.
h6 never works, and then okay, I slowly go for like I don't know, maybe rook h5 already. Yeah, so I removed my queen from the let's say X-ray on a d file. So well, it's
Maybe queen e1, queen c6, but I mean just to get some counterplay with knight c2. But it is very desperate. White can already sack and play queen h4, and it's
yeah,
borderline
it
made.
means
yeah?
like if white just in time to
Yeah.
bring queen to a king side, probably white delivers a mate quickly.
Yeah.
But it's Maxim and he's always resourceful.
Yeah.
Это Максим, у него всегда находится много ресурсов.
Well, once it comes down to time trouble, anything could happen. Yeah, because
No,
when
but,
you're
uh,
attacking and
But Sasha is always in time trouble, so that's
Грищук
that's
всегда...
also the game.
У Грищука всегда есть проблемы со
Yeah,
временем.
but queen e1
queen
rook
e1 looks
h5
very
is,
good. Yeah,
yeah,
this
it
looks like
might be just crushing, yeah, because queen e1 rook h5 is just
Ферзь e1 выглядит сам
I
лучше.
guess you have to play queen e1 but d5 e5 doesn't help whatsoever.
well, d5 is perhaps your best try anyway, but
And after ed, I just don't see the idea.
and at least you are not busted, positionally. So
Just made it.
well, this one of two things happens. Yeah, you either get mated or you lose positionally here, because at some point I believe here like h5, knight h5, g3. This was very interesting because our game was not that entertaining at this moment. So at this moment I was wondering if g4, knight f4 is critical. Takes. I thought like okay, something rook h7 is calling for
Rook h7
itself.
looks,
King h7, but then it's suddenly rook takes c2, so I sacrifice my queen on b6. So maybe okay, I just don't calculate anything. I can't calculate queen h2, perhaps
Yeah.
king g8, and even knight d5, then take on b2.
what's wrong with rook h1
But
Почему не
rook
ладья
h1,
h1?
you go rook f8, for example.
and then knight d5?
Bishop takes b2 anyway.
And there's rook c2. Yeah.
So this was line I was very. There is also queen g1 idea, but let's leave queen g1 for the for more desperate times. And here, let's say knight d5 and the idea queen h8. But here you take, and king b2 would be winning, but then rook c2. And here I thought maybe c3.
Maybe
Very
g5,
tricky, but
or g5 is a bit too slow.
What? But then
Может быть, g5
queen
слишком
g1 is surely
медленно.
shine. Okay, knight d5 also, but here
No,
some,
g5 is terrible.
here's some move like c3, bishop c3, and here I don't know some brilliance. But then queen d4 is coming, yeah, also.
Ну,
Да,
ферзь
ну,
d4
Yeah,
будет.
So it's not a mate anymore, yeah. So
No,
this was
Поэтому
like
это больше не мат.
I wonder what does computer say here, but it was like.
Does white have to play?
But maybe
for a
you start with
sacrifice?
knight d5. I don't know.
Or
Maybe-
rook h1 is also very.
Rook h5 I think is very messy, in general. So
And
you,
then g5.
You mean you take? Yeah, but I mean, okay, even queen d4, so it's like you are not getting mated, so that's already something.
But you might be now. Queen d4 take, knight d5, knight
Well,
d5, bishop d4.
So I'm happy. I think I'm happy to get any sort of endgame. So if I survive till the endgame, so also this hg4, hg6, fg6, and I at least try to run with my king. So this was like very interesting. But okay, then Maxim just played knight f6 and
Killed all this fun.
this is no fun for anybody. Yeah.
I played knight g3.
Knight g3 is. I mean, also very very sound because.
I mean, black has to play d5 or it's gonna be mate now.
But d5 like. No, maybe knight f4 h5 now. Wow, but knight f4.
But knight f4 rook h7.
Rook h7, yeah, indeed. No, but I think this position shouldn't be good.
It looks losing.
Out of what I know about
Но
chess.
это выглядит
So
проигранно.
wait, knight g3. What's wrong with that actually?
Okay, rook takes g3.
And I mean, at least I'll have h5. Maybe not immediately, but I'm not
But h5,
mated.
knight d5, I think it's 1-0. Yeah, knight d5, you take, your bishop is stuck on f8 forever. Then I go for c4.
But it's a
maybe
long game, yeah.
A long game
H5.
until I play rook h1, rook h3, rook takes h5, queen takes h5.
But let's say h5, knight d5, take, queen
Okay.
f2 is possible. So I don't know.
No,
if
I
you
take
get
with pawn,
some-
of course.
Okay, you take with the pawn.
Well,
queen
I can also try to go like straight away for queen e2. But you can also play h6, but this is not a big deal, I guess.
h6.
But what if I just, I don't know, come after your h5 pawn with like all my pieces and then I just...
Well, I guess queen c6. Try to create.
I mean, okay, so let's begin it. Let's begin the race here. So rook h1, for example.
No, black actually just doesn't have counterplay.
h5, hang on.
Oh,
Well, I can take in. Yeah, no, this is losing.
It's
it's
you
easy
know,
to give you not your own pieces, huh?
no, but here it's just easy to play overall. But I like it like in some old studies it was mate no later than, for example, no later than move 3 instead of mate in 3, no later than move 3 or something. Yes.
I think this is about mate in 3. Yeah.
Yeah, no, at least no later. No, I mean, it looks dangerous and okay. This game is.
The conclusion is, let's say that
And
this
this
position
game,
was
yeah, is-
complicated.
Yeah, I also don't see how Ding
Not bad.
is playing this one. I guess knight f6,
Well,
but also knight f6 g. I don't know.
E4 is the move, but knight f6 is the move. But knight f6, I mean, okay, if g3, then I take on g3.
Okay, so knight
I wish-
e4 is critical. Yeah, knight e4 g3.
Knight e4, but here, yeah. But here even, let's say bishop g6 or something, or bishop e7 works. No, that's why I wanted something like e4 here to include.
But e4 queen e4, I don't see the.
E4, queen e4, I thought like queen f6.
Yeah, so bishop
And
d.
here knight e6 is interesting, but knight e6, bishop g6.
Also bishop d4, queen d6, g3. I didn't quite get.
Yeah,
the
but
next
this is
move.
typical, Kramnik game, yes, because we discussed, like, okay, just give away a couple of pieces and see what happens. But in here, I think there should be some compensation indeed. Maybe it's not that huge, like maybe h6.
Здесь должна быть какая-то компенсация.
So if you take, I don't know, I take on
It's a
here, then
very
take
slow
here.
attack, isn't it?
Well, but
But it's
slowly,
it's an
slowly
attack,
but
I
surely.
guess,
Yeah. No, but at this point, I think it's already good for black. Like, I can take here, and okay, also bishop g6, bishop d3 idea. So this is very. I mean, okay, so
Yeah. I mean,
I think it's.
I don't fully believe in this, but
Yeah, me neither. But I guess yeah, we'll find out pretty soon.
actually, knight of 6, maybe bishop e7 is also.
No, bishop e7 I thought is not so good because of g3, and if you check, then queen d7. That's what I calculated
Wow.
while we were here.
But do I have to play fg? Can't I move my queen somewhere?
Well, you can, but then
It's a mess, of course. Yeah.
It's a big mess also. Well, just it's very
F3,
entertaining.
F3 is not entirely crazy because I have knight h3 to
Free
defend
idea.
my king potentially.
Idea to get made it on h2, yeah, it's something new. But even if I go like
F4?
queen f4,
Yeah,
like,
queen f4, knight h3. Yeah. This is
okay, queen h4. So I think I can afford this. Yes, like no, I guess it's like some self-mating attempt, like f3 g3. Might also work, yeah, in both ways. And okay, these games. This is,
I actually didn't understand
This is very
black's play
positional.
at all. Like it looks
Я вообще не понимаю игру здесь черных.
it looks terrible for black, but maybe I don't.
Это выглядит
understand.
ужасно.
I don't mean in the end maybe it's not that bad for black.
Like f5 immediately.
Yeah, f5. So
And
okay, the
bishop
only
g5
thing you should try not to do is c5. But it's for me, it's a question. Why didn't you play like bishop
Yeah.
b4 and c5, bishop c3? But maybe then okay,
maybe
then
bishop
f5.
f5, bishop d2 f5 anyway. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's yeah.
Yeah, this is
very
also a mess.
Okay,
Yeah,
many
it's тоже
games.
сложно.
All the games are complicated, right? I mean, that's the general conclusion.
Only ours
And
was.
sharp.
Was not.
Yeah.
Только наша партия не была сложной.
In any case, thank you so much for your answers and commentaries today.
Спасибо.
Good luck in the next rounds.
Thank you.
Thank you.